G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Geelong and Carlton at the MCG, and it was the Blues getting the job done by 18 points in this match, which puts the Cats over to 4-3. Frustrating result. Not what the doctor ordered. It was probably a flattering 18 points. And I think throughout the afternoon, the scoreboard, was somehow kept contained to not being a blowout. But we look at some of the final numbers there, and Carlton definitely had their way with us for long, portions of the game. They definitely had it on their terms more so than what we did. Their work at centre bounce was elite, and we just weren't able to get field position really. Like there was two things going into the game, and you might remember from either my tips video or last week where I said, going into the game, we probably have a better list, but Carlton match up against us pretty well, and I just felt like Carlton were just due to play really well, and us to not have the best game of all time. And unfortunately that came to fruition in the end. So, I think it was a solid start from memory. I can't really remember how the start of the game went, but it was a frustrating watch. The Cats did hang in there after the Blues. They got some scoreboard ascendancy in that second half of that first quarter, and then for a good chunk of that second and third term, the game was played how they wanted to play. They were very good with, using all the numbers that they had, and even though we did have a spare after quarter time, it kind of felt it wasn't as damaging. Coming back the other way with our D50 extra numbers, with the Blues, using pretty much all their numbers up and almost not allowing our spare to have as much impact on the game. Carlton's pressure was terrific over the course of pretty much 4 quarters. It just never relented. Sometimes sides, they're really good for a half, or they can do it for 3 quarters, but then when it comes to the crunch, doing it for the full 4 quarters, the Blues' pressure just never wilted, and we weren't able to really make assert our part on the game. Just with the Blues' pressure, there was always someone on us. There was that many holding the ball tackles that they did. As I was trying to get back to before with the going into the game, 2 things I was concerned about, which basically decided the game, was Carlton's ability at the source to get field position. And then once you've got field position, keeping in your front half, they've been really good at that. Their pressure game up front's been quite elite. And those are the 2 things, 2 big stones in my shoe that I had going into the game. And unfortunately for Cats fans, fortunately for Blues fans, ultimately, came out in the wash to the Blues' favour on that front. I think we held up defensively okay, all considering the supply they did have. But, it did get to a point where the dam wall kind of broke, especially throughout that second and third term. We just didn't have enough winners forward of the ball as well. When we did move it inside 50, it was often, a lot of intercept marks. And Nick Haynes looked absolutely buried at the start of this year. He played a couple of shockers, and then he's played just about his best game of his career against us. And Mitch McGovern was playing like Matthew Scarlett, and it was just so frustrating where those one-off things happen that wouldn't normally happen. Mackay and Kerno tore it up as well. I mean, the supply they did have, it's you can't put it solely on the backman. We did turn it over a lot in our centre half forward, sort of half forward area a lot, and we had limited forward line pressure. We didn't get as much field position as we would normally get, therefore making it really tough for our defenders, because once the Blues got it, their disposal, they just imperfectly moved it forward to such a degree that the backman could only handle so much, and they did a pretty solid job, I felt, considering the amount of entries Carlton did have forward of the ball. And we just pure weight of numbers won out for the Blues in the end. I mean, if there's a consolation, we kicked quite accurately, which kept us in the game. 12 goals for is a pretty good result. And yeah, I guess consolation is we never give up, and it was really good to see us, fight back a couple of times. But whenever we did, Carlton, they had the answers all day. So yeah, it was really frustrating from a Cats perspective on how they were able to keep us at bay enough and keep the scoreboard on their side of things. We did. I think we got it back to like 9 points or something like that, and it was looking very close. Let's have a look, Ski, to see if we can see how close it did get in that last quarter. Bradley Close kicked one, and then George Hewitt just basically kicked a 55. Never kicked a 55 in his life, and the big moments came along, and Carlton were better in more of the big moments that transpired throughout the match. So disappointing. Disappointing. But if we have a look at the numbers, Carlton much more on the ball than us, plus 67 with the ball. Similar to last week, I think Hawthorn had 70 more touches than we did, thereabouts. Inside 50 count, plus 19, 63 to 44. We didn't get enough supply. Conversely, we gave Carlton way too much supply. Carlton were much more cooler with the ball. We weren't as effective by foot or by hands, really. Efficiency inside 50, from our perspective, it's usually a pretty good stat. Had we got a bit more supply up forward, you just never quite know. Carlton 1 in 4, whereas we were almost 1 in 2. Free kicks 20 to 11. I don't think I saw Carlton get it pinged holding the ball all day, but it was pretty easy to pay them against Geelong. And Wiedering, doesn't matter what contest he's in, he just always gets the free kick. So I reckon he got 10 free kicks today. Free kick counts, they're always fun. Won't get stuck into that. But hit outs plus 5 to the Blues. Relatively even Stevens in there. Clearances plus 6 for Carlton. To our credit, we definitely got a clearance game going in that last quarter, but it was a bit too little too late. So we had clearance dominance in that last quarter, but for over the course of the other 3.5 quarters, Carlton were better in that part of the game, the ground, part of that ground. Who knows? All right, clearances around the ground, plus 7 for them, plus 9 in contested ball, and on the outside they got a lot of looks with the ball. Our pressure was good at times, but still they were just very slick with their hands, and ability to break tackles was definitely recognised throughout the match. More turnovers from our side, that makes sense. Carlton, just controlled the ball. They had a lot of uncontested marks, forced us to defend a fair bit. So, we weren't quite onto that. And on the other side of the coin, we weren't able to get as much control with the ball off the back of Carlton's pressure, largely. 14 marks inside 50 to 9. They had a field day there, much better with ball in hand there. Contested marks, they were just marking absolutely everything. Harry Mackay was playing like Wayne Carey in the second half. He ended up with 3, and then Kerno did what he did. Contested marks from our side, 8. And then, they led for basically all but 15 minutes. Out-tackled us as well, so their work rate was through the roof. They were possessed, basically, the Blues. 12 inside 50 tackles to 4, that's such a low number for us. We're usually so much better than that. A lot of that off the back of Carlton's marking in the D50, our ball use forward, Carlton's pressure on the ball carrier, sending it forward, and perceived pressure. So, that's what happens. I don't know how we got 12 more 1%ers, but I guess we did. Who knows? I would think the team that wins would theoretically have more 1%ers. But it's not how it goes, not how the cookie crumbles all the time. The vote's sort of tricky to give out. I'm going to go Sean Manor, 3 votes again. He was really good. 26 disposals, had a couple of marks as well. But what was really impressive was the 11 tackles. I reckon he laid 3 or 4 in the first 5 minutes. Had 7 clearances as well and 2 goal assists, almost 600 metres gained. So I thought, his game was very well rounded and played the full quarters out. yeah, he was really good inside the contest as well, and just featured throughout the four quarters pretty evenly, I felt. 2 votes. All right. Who did I have in mind? I'm going to go Lawson Humphrey, 2 votes. He had the 21 disposals, 6 marks, 3 tackles, almost 500 metres gained. I just thought, yeah, especially early when we were under the pump, he was just intercepting everything and, yeah, looking very damaging for us off half-back. Yeah, just does all the right things, and he's going to be a superstar for us. And the 1 vote, I'm going to go Jeremy Cameron, who kicked the 4 goals, 14 disposals. He took the 8 marks as well, and a couple of tackles as well. Goal assists, 400 metres gained. So, yeah, look, in different game, sometimes he sort of bobs up out of nowhere and just kicks 4, even though Silvani played quite well on him. I thought, yeah, we kicked basically a third of our score effectively there, 4 goals, 2. So, yeah, he was a really good presence up forward and keeping us in the match and, giving us a real good look. Bailey Smith had the 29 disposals, kicked a goal as well, 9 tackles, couple of clearances, 750 metres gained. He gets a lot of territory for us. He didn't use the ball super well, but he did get a lot of field position for us, but yeah, just wasn't quite able to use the ball as well as he would have liked to have. Atkins was outstanding, very stiff not to get a vote there. Had the 14 disposals, had the 14 tackles. It was just amazing effort there, 5 clearances. Yeah, what a workhorse he is. Fantastic effort from him. He was trying to get all over Walsh and Cripps and Chera and Hewitt all afternoon. Tried his absolute guts out. Reese was all right. Had the 14 disposals. Took a couple of marks as well. Tackle, 6 clearances and a goal assist. So, yeah, pretty solid output from Reese there. O'Sullivan had the 17 disposals. Took the 8 marks. I reckon he would have taken 4 intercept marks out of those 8. Had some really good moments. Had some tough moments down back with the supply that the Blues had. But also turned the ball over a little bit. He just overkicked some of his kicks and overzealous on some of the handballs. But yeah, such a young kid, and still did a lot of really positive things. Blitzarves was good. Liked his game. He had the 14 disposals. Kicked a goal as well. He's getting on the score sheet of late. 5 marks, couple of tackles as well, a few hit outs, couple of clearances in amongst that too. Blitz was, he's playing everywhere. He was on Kerno. He was, running amok on the wing. Also went up forward and kicked a goal for us, which we needed. Jackie Bowes played a bit of halfback. 17 disposals, took the 1 mark, 5 tackles. Also got 5 clearances, so a bit of inside mid stuff there. Yeah, it was an okay game from him. Not too shabby. Try to give us some movement out of the half-back line throughout the game. Maxie Holmes had the 20 disposals, 2 marks, 3 tackles, 1 clearance. Just didn't get enough out of him from inside the contest, and we saw what Chera was doing, and Walsh and Cripps and Hewitt, that's the other midfielder that's just got 29 goal, got maximum damage, and unfortunately Holmes a little bit quiet. Not as damaging with his ball use. Zach Guthrie was pretty handy throughout the game. He had the 21 disposals, took the 3 marks. Not too bad from Zach. Again, it was pretty tough down back with how much forward ball that the Blues did have throughout the afternoon. O'Connor tried his heart out. He kicked a goal, had the 16 disposals, 4 marks, had a tackle, clearance as well. Yeah, I thought he tried hard. SDK was pretty solid, I felt. He had the 16 possessions, 5 marks. I thought very early in the game he was quite prominent and confident. Sort of tailed out of the game a little bit, but yeah, decent game from Sam all up. Stengel, a little bit quiet. He kicked a goal. Hasn't kicked a goal throughout the last 4 games, so it was good to see him hit the scoreboard in a big way. He also took a couple of marks, had 5 tackles as well, so decent forward line pressure, but there wasn't many mates helping him out there with the inside 50 tackles, which was definitely lacking throughout the game. Ollie Dempsey was handy again, kicked a couple of goals, 11 disposals for him, a couple of marks as well, and set up a goal also. Didn't get as much ball as he'd normally get, but was able to be a part of 3 goals for the side, which is 25% of the goals that we did get. Paddy was well held, quite quiet. He kicked a goal, had the 13 disposals, took a couple of marks, a couple of clearances as well, set up a goal also. Just wasn't able to get as much time and space as normal. The Blues' pressure was definitely right up there, and didn't allow him to play his usual game. And he was well held, unfortunately, and didn't quite have the 3 or 4 in him this week. But hopefully he's back to his best form very shortly. Tom Stewart had the 13 disposals, didn't take any marks at all, which was quite strange. A couple of tackles, clearance for Tom Stewart, but he just hasn't been quite himself. That knee's definitely giving him some grief of late. So we'll see how that all pans out. But if he's not quite right, he doesn't have to play. It's a long season, and I think the Cats have gone past just having to have Tom Stewart play to win. We've been able to win without him, and he's one of the all-time great halfbacks, but if he's not quite right, I wouldn't worry about it. Give him a little bit more of a spell. Okay, Brad Close kicked a goal, had the 10 disposals, took a couple of marks as well, a tackle, goal assist. Just, couldn't quite get as much pill as he'd normally get, and again, he's normally the beneficiary of how well our midfield's going. It didn't quite pan out that way, but hit up the scoreboard late in the game when we really needed something. So that was good. He gave us a live chance. Unfortunately, close but no cigar. Jai Clark had the 10 disposals. When did he get a mark? 3 tackles, clearance. Played a good chunk of the game. Again, a couple of fumbles here and there. So he's going okay, but he's not best 23 in my opinion at the moment, and that's okay. Over to O'Shane Mullen, had a bit of the ball, not a lot of it. 8 disposals, took the 5 marks, a couple of tackles, turned over a little bit, but hopefully better for the run. Ollie Wiltshire had the 6 disposals on debut, 3 marks as well. Also had a tackle. It was a tough initiation early when we weren't getting much of the ball up forward. That's where he likes to play, and he didn't get on the end of it as much as what we'd normally would supply forwards, but that's how it goes sometimes. Shannon Neals, just had a real limp sort of month or so. He had the 4 disposals, only took 1 mark, a few hit outs, so he's horribly out of form at the moment, just not quite getting the impact on the game as we know he can, and he's not hitting the scoreboard either really in a big way of recent times. So I don't know the magical potion for that, but clearly more ball up forward definitely helps. But it's just not impacting very much at all. And when we've got 3 or 4 other forwards in the same boat, it gets pretty tough. So anyway, Ollie Henry was subbed on basically just sort of after half time. 2 disposals, that was it. Again, he wasn't on for too much of the game, but gosh, we need some more out of him. He needs to be tougher. He needs to not stop slipping over when there's a crucial contest and just lets Wiedering mark it. Another player up forward that's horribly out of form that showed early, really promising signs in the preseason and it's just not getting it done. So, there might be other players ready to take his spot. All right, that's a wrap of the review. We'll try and go to the ladder, and that probably won't read as well. Excuse me. With the Hawthorn win, who are in the top 4. Geelong 4 and 3, sort of in that middle pack there. In saying all that, we won 3 on the trot, and I think they were 3 pretty good wins from memory. Melbourne was okay, but Adelaide, and Hawthorn at the MCG, pretty good wins. You're not going to win them all, that's for sure. Not with how even the competition is. Each and every week's a scrap and fight just to try and get over the line. Oh, goodness. We've got Collingwood on the Saturday night. Is that correct? That is Saturday night football, against the Pies, which they've been in scintillating form. Don't like our chances going into this one. If we have a look at the recent encounters, I think Pies have won 2 of the last 3. I think it's basically 2 and 2 for the last 4. I'm gonna say that would be 2022 qualifying final would have been the one before that. That was a ripper game, that one. We kicked 11 goals at one stage, but we just couldn't get the margin out beyond 22. But recently we won by 20 points. Pies were struggling sort of the back half of that year. They had a fair few injuries go against them. I don't like our chances too much. Pies have been basically the best team in the competition so far this season. I think they're near the top of the table, if not top of the ladder, and they're there for a reason. They've been nullifying opposition, moving the ball in the corridor. They've been their pressure games back to 2023 standards. They've been conceding about 60 points a game, so they're going to make life really difficult for us to not only move the ball, but then they're going to pressure us just like Carlton did. It'd be a monumental win, but I think the Pies will win this one. Probably anywhere between 3 to 5 goals. I reckon they'll be able to get the job done. Pains me to say it, but that's just the reality of if I look at both teams' form line and how I think we'll go versus the Pies. I think, Collingwood will be too strong in that clash. All right, that's pretty much me done and dusted, guys, and that is it for round 7, where it was the Blues getting the job done by 18 points at the MCG, and hate losing, and the Blues have beaten us 3 of the last 4 times, so I'm getting sick of them as well. If it's Carlton, St Kilda or GWS, just lock it in for a win against the Cats, and it's pretty frustrating. Hate losing. I'm sure Scotty hates losing. Sure, most of the Cats players are in the same boat, but that's how it goes. You're not going to win them all. I had 3 pretty good weeks, so we'll see how we go in the next little block, which will prove to be tough at times, but it is a marathon, and you don't want to be playing your best footy right at this very second, but bank enough wins and just try and qualify with the eye to be playing your best footy and have your fittest and healthiest available list when it counts. So that's all. Awesome. All right. Hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Comment your thoughts on the game, how you saw it, some of the pointers that you took out of the game. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe away, and appreciate you guys tuning in each and every week. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next video.